What's your name? What's your name? I'm a Kamen Rider.
What's up, everybody? It's the Quarter Guy, and Happy Easter, everybody! Well, it is Easter as of the time I'm recording this, and it is also the 250th episode of my 25 cents worth! Woo! And well, with previous milestones, I have done a live Q&A session. I decided to do a little something different this time. So, some of you might know the Green Scorpion. He happens to be a friend of mine, so I decided to take some inspiration from him, and it's time for Guess That Video Game! So, what I did was, I posted a pinned message on my twitter.com asking people to describe a game they like in the most bad or vague way they possibly could. And it was my job to guess those games, so... There were over 100 responses, so I just picked 25 of them to go through and see how many I could get. Some of them I needed help with, but anyways, alright. First one comes from my buddy North. You and a skull walk around town asking people about your journal. Yeah, this one I needed help with. I never really knew much about this game. It's Planescape Torment. So yeah, this is one I needed help with because I'm not that familiar with it. Alright, next one comes from @CuteAsElf101. Okay, so you play as a child who lost a watch, found it minutes afterwards, does some stuff, and meets their grandfather 60 years into the past. Also includes sneaking in nightmares and befriending a mirror. That's Yokai Watch 2. Okay, next one is from... Oh, it's from Yumi-chan. Yeah. You remake the world by smacking things with a book. Now, this is a game I've never played, but I have read about it in Nintendo Power back when it was being printed. I miss Nintendo Power. Anyway, the game is Avalon Code. Yeah, I should really look into maybe checking that game out sometime. Okay, this one comes from a friend of mine, @CharlieGrayVivo. We live in a society. That's Persona 5. Yeah, it's the only thing I could think of for that one. I really need to get back to that one, especially since now that Joker is now available for Smash players. I was only able to get him the morning after he launched because everyone was going after him. Then again, I don't think any servers could have handled that. Alright, from @DragonForgedPJ. Ever want to go from peasant to noble? Just get your heart ripped out and cut off the head of a huge snake. There. Now you're working for a duke. This is Dragon's Dogma. I'm kind of interested in the port of Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen that's coming to Switch soon. Might check it out. Ah, this one's from Mavi. You and your friends are all held captive and forced to entertain those who imprisoned you, and your best friend has been brainwashed into becoming their leader. Battleblock Theater. Yeah, that one's fun. @Colonel Adams. Order and Chaos Incarnate duke it out only for them both to be killed by a marshmallow. That's Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Serious, Sakurai, I know Kirby's your baby and all, but this bias is getting out of hand. @Aaron Danielpour has his entry, Luigi wins by doing nothing. That's Mario Party. The entire series. Alrighty. Next one is @Daleks20. Zombies, cheerleaders, and severed heads. This is Lollipop Chainsaw. Alrighty, next one is from @VFernandez LLC. I'm no legendary hero. I'm just a Caribbean kid trying to save my sister from an edgy turkey. This is totally Wind Waker. This is Wind Waker. Okay, next one. @IRE_official69. Some aquatic football playing fella gets sent to a hyper-religious world and basically joins a suicide mission. This is Final Fantasy X. Alright, from this_character. You and your brother are in crippling debt and must fight other people in the same kind of crippling debt to get out of crippling debt via pointing at them repeatedly until they stop moving. This is Cuphead. Yeah, I just got on Switch this past Thursday and it's as fun and as brutal as ever. Yeah, if you're a fan of challenge, it's definitely worth checking out. Alright, next one. At Invisible Water. Weeaboo Mob Boss hosts a martial arts tournament. This is Fatal Fury. I know this because of Geese Howard. The way he described Geese Howard. Geese Howard's still my favorite video game villain. Not predictable. At Blazinglar Vesta. An archaeologist goes dungeon exploring, and the biggest danger in these dungeons are falling bricks. The only thing that came to mind was an obscure Tetris game on the PS1 called Tetris Plus? Is that it? It might be. I think that's what it might be. Alright. At Gabe the Green. Children's RTS in the Matrix. I think it's Yu-Gi-Oh! The False-Bound Kingdom. I played that one back in college, so... yeah. At Sugar Loaded Girl has this one. So there's this purple shadowy thing that wants to wake up after like the longest nap ever. Needs a babe to truly wake up. Some alien troop help and wake her up. Paper Mario, the Thousand-Year Door. Yeah. Okay, so... at Keegan8889. Power Rangers use each other to make weapons. Probably the most underrated game on the Wii U, The Wonderful 101. I still hope it gets a Switch port. Please. Cartoon Critic, or at I Am LaRuse, his entry is, we're going to dig for dinosaur fossils and Game Freak can technically sue us. This is Fossil Fighters. Yeah, I've heard about this game. Alright, at AndyDamon1. First off, congrats on reaching 250 episodes. Hey, thanks! Second, an NYPD officer spends Christmas chasing around a flying opera-singing monster that seeks to cause rebellion on the cellular level. This is a game I've been curious about. It's Parasite Eve. Yeah, it's available on the PlayStation Store, on the PS3's PlayStation Store anyway, so I should probably check that out. At least I think it's on the PS3's PlayStation Store. Alright, next is at DeadDoll66. Extreme suffering of everybody involved through years of controlled sorrow, madness, and pain. I think it's I have no mouth and I must scream. I know that game because it gave us one of the most poignant and pointed speeches by a villain I've ever heard. Hate. Alright, next is at That Kaito Dan. Guy hopes to climb tree, joined by twin waifus. That's Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Alrighty, next one. At Sir Jolteon. You could go in with only 3 brain cells and a half-eaten Pop-Tart and still find a way to win. With some bluffs here and there and maybe even a parrot. Yeah, that last bit was the one that tipped me off to it. It's Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Alright. At New Dr. Oliver. The story of the stealthiest mailman ever, involving a cloaked shopkeeper, time travel, NES and Mega Drive graphics and music, and threatening monsters that are actually friendly inside. This one's The Messenger. Yeah, I had a lot of fun playing that game. It was challenging, but it was a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. Okay. At Jared the Bobcat 1. Flightless Birdman fights hell, and also a tsundere is there. This is Kid Icarus Uprising. Alright. Next one. At Oradrak. And I think this is the last one. Pokemon-like game that has you fighting alongside allies you hatch. Also, you don't need specific materials for weapons and armor, like the rest of the franchise, which is a blessing. It's Monster Hunter Stories. And I think that comes to the end of my pick list. So, once again, thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for sticking with me through 250 episodes of my 25 cents worth. I'll be back next week with the regular talk and rant about video game news, and until I see you again, this is the Quarter Guy, signing out.